Assalamu alaikum and very warm welcome viewers. I am your host Malik Manzur and you are watching the program Diplomatic Enclave from Channel 5. And today I am truly honored that I am joined by His Excellency, the Ambassador of Thailand, His Excellency Suchart. I warmly welcome you in my program, sir.
Thank you.
And as you know, viewers, that Pakistan and Thailand established formally diplomatic relation in 1951, and bilateral relation with Thailand are very excellent. That existing trade volume is more than 1,000 millions, which is 1 billion. So it's a very encouraging that both countries are promoting the relation in the field of economy, trade, and in many sectors. So, sir, my first question is that how briefly you will tell us about your stay in Islamabad. That I'm aware that recently you resume your charge as ambassador here to Thailand. So, what are your views about your stay here in Islamabad?
Thank you. I'm very new to Pakistan. Up to now, only 6 months in Islamabad. But the time is not important because the feeling, the impression of Pakistan. Pakistan have a lot of mineral resources, and at the same time, beautiful city of Islamabad, and at the same time, the geographical location of Pakistan had played a very important role for Pakistan as well. Then during my term here as the ambassador of the Kingdom of Thailand to Pakistan, I think you rightly said from the very beginning, the two-way trade between Thailand and Pakistan right now, last year,
yes,
is only $1 billion US, which I think, and I think this is something that everyone will be agree. The two-way trade between the two countries can be more, and a lot of business activity, a lot of private sector exchange, a lot of people-to-people linkages, which will be leading to many new dimension of relation. It's not only business relation, it can be cultural relation, it can be scientific relation, it can be people-to-people relations, which that will contribute to the much more dimension of the two country relation. Just now, we talk about the business.
yes,
The business that I think Pakistan play a very important role is you have a very good quality of mango,
yes,
which is almost out of the season by
the
now.
whole world is the very best country.
Yes, but the mango can be exported to Thailand, and Pakistan mango is one of the best in the world. That is why I think the two countries can exchange more in terms of export and import. By citing one of the example is the mango, good product, excellent product from Pakistan.
And Excellency, as you are aware that trade and economy is the backbone of the foreign policy of any countries. So how do you define the current relations or in cooperation in the field of trade and economy? And do you satisfy that the existing trade volume is reasonable with the passage of time? You are hopeful that it will be increased between the two countries?
The trade volume between the two countries, I'm not satisfied because the potential is there, but we are not up to that maximum potential yet. And because of the economic relation must start from the two countries know each other. But right now, the business sector, they don't know each other very much. Then I like to encourage the business sector to do more. Last month, I organized the trade delegation from Thailand, came to Pakistan, came to Islamabad, and they have met the Chamber of Commerce, Islamabad Chamber of Commerce, Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce, and the Federation of Chamber of Commerce and Industry as well. then this is my intention to introduce and also to encourage them to have more interact in a way that they will know each other what product they are selling and buying. Then with that, I think this is the really natural way to increase the bilateral trade between our two countries. I think this is one of the projects that we like to do more in the near future. And I believe that because of the business sector, they are the one who do the interaction. On my side, I'm the government official, diplomat here. I'm only introduce them, encourage them. But the actual bilateral trade will be how much it depends on them, and how much they can sell and buy, how much they can interact, because the more they know each other, instead of buy, let's say again, mango from somewhere, we buy mango from Pakistan, because in Thailand we also have mango, but different taste, different species. But this is something that we can sell and buy. We can learn from each other. Because of this is the foundation, very firm foundation for the two countries to have, let's say, two times more in terms of the bilateral trade.
And Excellency, what are your key priorities here as the ambassador for promoting the bilateral relation between the two countries?
When I presented the letter of credence to the President, yes. I informed the President that my term here, I will focus more on the 3 key areas. But my 3 key areas doesn't mean that the other area I didn't do the work. I don't want to do the work. But the focus, the priority is the economic relation. The second one is the cultural relation. And the third one, which is right now, is a very fast growing sector, which is the tourism. The tourism sector is really important.
Which is your leading industry.
We are, because Thailand is so famous, world #1 in many areas of tourism. Just mention a few. CNN has ranked Thailand #1 in terms of the street food. This is something so special to many countries. How can street food, so important, so famous, and CNN ranked Bangkok street food is the #1 in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
It's a great honor for your country.
It is something that that contribute to Thailand positive and Thailand excellent feature for tourism, because Thailand is not famous for the beauty landscape. Some other thing else, good food, people, the services, the hospitality, the products itself, variety of products, and on top of that, above all, is the value for money. Then it's a combination of the success story of tourism industry in Thailand.
And sir, as you told us that this industry is a very leading in your countries, but how we can take benefit from your expertise in this field, that here tourism potential is much more here in Pakistan, as we have very beautiful landscape here. So how we can actually take advantage or to take a benefit from your expertise and experience in this field?
I think the first step is we need to work together. We need to have more cooperation. We need to have more interaction, because up to now there are many exchanging of delegation, official delegation and business delegation. But in the near future, if they have more exchange of the tourism delegation, cultural delegation, then with that it will be natural, it is very natural way to learn from each other, to interact, and this way we can share, this way we can help, and this way is the way to show also how can Thailand so excellent in terms of, let's say, again, tourism. The best way is to see by yourself. The best way is to have more interaction on the tourism sector. I think this is the key. The key issue is we need to have more interaction. As the embassy here, we encourage the sector, related sector, to interact more. And because of that, they can share, they can learn whatever the best practices in Thailand. It can be used, it can be applied in Pakistan as well.
And sir, in 2013, your Prime Minister visited Pakistan, and it was a very good visit. Can you tell us briefly that any high-level visit from your country is expected to Pakistan, and especially to promote people-to-people contact? Any other high-level delegation, business delegation, is about to visit Pakistan?
The way to do this, again, it needs to be two-sided. High-level delegation from Thailand come to Pakistan, and high-level delegation from Pakistan go to Thailand. All year round, we have high-level delegation visit, starting from the defense, starting from the commerce, starting from the business sector. And in Thailand also, we will have very important international conference in Thailand in October, which is ACD. ACD is the organization right now for Asia, Asia Cooperation Dialogue, ACD, which we would like to have world leader, especially in Asia, to attend the meeting, attend the conference in Thailand. With that, there will be the two-way interaction. By November of this year,
during this year,
the Foreign Minister of Thailand will lead the high-level delegation to Pakistan. This is only the example of the high-level visit. But as I said again, the visit should not only focus on the government. It should have the business sector, the cultural sector, the tourism sector, the scientific, the defense sector as well. Then we'll come to the multi-dimension of diplomacy, multi-dimension of the relation between Pakistan and Thailand.
And sir, Thailand is a very important member of ASEAN forum. So how do you see that ASEAN countries can play a very important role to bring closer Pakistan with other countries as well? But especially, what is the role of your country for making this forum very effective and constructive for the whole region?
ASEAN, up to now, we are come to the stage that we are so confident in ASEAN itself. ASEAN comprises of 10 member countries in Southeast Asia. By now, what had been problem in the future, up to now, there is only a minor problem between ASEAN member countries. Just like one example, the relation between Thailand with Cambodia, Thailand with Malaysia, Thailand with Myanmar, and Thailand with Indonesia is far away.
Yes,
I'm talking about the country that have the neighboring country and share the border with Thailand.
Oh.
In the past, they had the boundary, territory, whatever problems, but now we don't have. Then it contributes to the peaceful and stability of the region. How can we do that? Because all the issues we will discuss in ASEAN, we solve the problem by ourselves. Then this is something that up to now we are very confident that we have the stability, we have peace, we don't have this stability or instability in the ASEAN member country. That's why the economy of the ASEAN member country is very good. One of the
and stability is there.
Stability is there also because of no infighting, no border dispute, no whatever bilateral. The key issue right now is we are working more on the integration, 10-member country integration, not only the really loosely form of the 10-member country, but we aiming to the integration of the 10-member country, which comprise of 650 million people, which share the same and common objective.
That's great. So here we take a short commercial break, and then after that we will continue our discussion. Thank you. Welcome back, viewers. Excellency, there are reports that Pakistan and Thailand would be signing the free trade agreement end of this year. What is your observation about this important development?
It is very good news. It is the new initiative which bilateral free trade agreement right now is very important in terms of generate the GDP of the two countries, because in terms of the bilateral trade, the major problem is the barriers by what we say the taxation and many other barriers which make the two-way trade between our two countries in a very slow and not so attractive. Then the bilateral free trade agreement will give a lot of incentive for the business sector of the two countries to interact more, because product from Pakistan can be sent to Thailand with lower taxation, lower tariff, yes. And at the same time certain sector in Pakistan will lower the taxation as well. Then more product of Thailand will come to Pakistan. This is a two-way win-win scenario. Because of the two-way trade of the two countries will generate the better and greater economy of the two countries. That's why the bilateral free trade agreement is a good news for our two countries, because right now if the government not helping them by encouraging them or supporting them, the business sector they have problem, because the world economy, everyone know world economy, but how can we help them? We help them in a way that we have set the quota scheme, taxation scheme, import-export scheme in the more easy way for the two business sector to import and export. I think this is the opportune time for two of the business sector to have this free trade agreement. And because of this, I think the win-win of situation will be
for both countries.
for
yes,
both countries.
For both countries. What are your expectations, especially if we have this free trade agreement between the two countries? So, do you think that it will be a very milestone agreement between the two countries,
Yes.
and it will be very meaningful and helpful to increase the bilateral trade volume?
Again, have to mention again mango again, because up to now, we don't have any Pakistani mango to Thailand. Then with the free trade agreement, Pakistan can export mango to Thailand, and Thailand can export certain product with the lower tariff, with the better quality, cheaper price to Pakistan as well. Right now we exported automobile and many electrical appliances to Pakistan, but the number of product that the two countries will be much more after the free trade agreement. We can buy more seafood product, mineral product, chemical product from Pakistan, and Pakistan can buy more electrical product, chemical product, industry product from Thailand as well.
So, sir, how do you see the role of private sector between the two countries, as you are interacting with the Chamber of Commerce and Federation Chamber of Commerce, FPCCI? So, what is your view to interact with the private sector in Pakistan, and do you think that these two private sector will be having a joint venture in some other field?
Yes, joint venture is one of the form of the cooperation. Next month, I already get in touch with the Chamber of Commerce, asking them to have the business delegation to Thailand, because as I said, ACD, Asia Cooperation Dialogue, will have the forum for the business sector. Then I asked them to form a delegation and go to Thailand to attend the ACD business forum. Because of this, they will have the opportunity to know more and to interact more with the Thai private sector. With that, not only joint venture, there are many forms of cooperation that the two countries can do together. Then we interact more, and then I think the more they know about Thailand by attending the conference in Thailand, I think this is the answer.
And sir, do you satisfy with the investment climate in Pakistan? And secondly, my part of question, that the present government is introducing a very constructive economic reforms agenda to revive the economy. So how do you see these economic reforms in Pakistan, for especially revival of economy and the investment climate in Pakistan?
Right now, the investment climate is getting better and better, and we have investment in Pakistan already by the name of one biggest Thai company and one of the biggest Thai company in the world as well, CP company.
Right.
They operate the business in Lahore. They have 5 factories in Lahore already, and in the certain nearby area. Then this is the indication that Thailand like to invest more in Pakistan, and at the same time there are certain business sector that not only invest foreign direct investment, it can be joint venture as you mentioned, and it can be many other forms. As right now the business sector have to be very active, and at the same time the investment climate is getting better and better. Now it is the time to invest in Pakistan, in many sectors of Pakistan.
And sir, as you know that Pak-China Economic corridor is a called game changer in this region. And you are also very closely interacting with the Pakistani authorities regarding these projects. My question is that your country, Thailand, is also interested to become the part of this very historic CPEC project in Pakistan?
CPEC comprises of four major areas. One of the area, which is the motorway, the highway, is very important. Thailand famous also in terms of building highway and motorway. With this, as you said, the joint venture between the private sector can be a real action of the CPEC, because the CPEC comprising of port, airport, railways, highway, motorway,
all network,
all that
communication
need to have many company, many foreign company as well, and including many local Pakistani company as well. Then I think this is the opportunity for Thailand, and this is the opportunity for Pakistani company to joint venture with Thailand for bidding of the major infrastructure projects, even the energy projects as well.
There are many projects in energy sector, in power generation, and as you know that Pakistan is facing energy crisis, but the government is determined to overcome this crisis in couple of years. Your country is also interested to invest in power sector in Pakistan, and still there are some agreement between the two countries.
Last month, one of the company which famous in terms of the energy exploration came to Islamabad, and I met with them, and I advised them to have more interact with their business partner, local business partner, because this company from Thailand, they like to do business in the coal business, which right now coal-fired energy plant are one of the key player of solving the energy shortage of Pakistan. Then this is something happening right now. Many companies in Thailand had paid visit to Pakistan, and I advised them to interact more, to get to know more the local partner. Because of that, they can form the consortium. They can work together in terms of joint bidding, in terms of joint venture, in terms of do their work here. Because in terms of the private sector, the only thing that we can do for them is to provide them the forum for them to meet with their counterpart. Just like in Thailand, we organize the ACD Business Forum, and I encourage the Chamber of Commerce and Industry to go to Thailand, because by that they will know their counterpart. If they know their counterpart, they will do work together.
Exactly. And sir, in your initial remarks, you just mentioned that there is a potential to increase the cooperation in the field of defense. So can you tell us in the field of defense ongoing cooperation between the two countries?
At the embassy here, we have defense attaché. Defense attaché. And all year round, we have the exchange of visit of the defense delegation. And because of Pakistan army, Pakistan industry in terms of military, it's something that can be exported to many countries. And in the past, there have been, and it will be more and more cooperation in terms of purchasing something, in terms of doing things together in the military industry, and that is something the Pakistani government is now promoting. I think which is this this is one of the area, not only economic relation, defense cooperation, cultural cooperation, and tourism cooperation is a new area, is an active area that need both sides to work together, because nowadays we focus on economic, but as I said, tourism cooperation also, because in Pakistan have many famous Buddhist historic places which can be a tourist destination for Buddhist tourists from many countries come to Pakistan. Then this is one of the example of how can Pakistan can promote Buddhist tourism destination in Pakistan, because nearby here Taxila,
Yes.
Taxila have good a museum, and
many people from your country visit.
from time to time we have a delegation to this place, and there are many more Buddhist historic places in Pakistan. Then this is one, and the second one is the tourism. Tourism is the booming industry in Thailand, and because of tourism industry is not only rely on the beauty scenery, it comprises of many factors. It comprises of the,
as you mentioned, seafood and
the seafood,
yes.
the food, the people, the hospitality, the services, the hotel, and the allies as well. Right now we have Thai International, Thai Airline direct flight from Islamabad, from Lahore, from Karachi to Thai Airlines to Bangkok, which is very convenient.
And do you have plan to increase flights from Pakistan from other cities as well?
We do, but right now the flight between a direct flight between Pakistan and Thailand right now is very popular, and we do want to increase, but again the traffic or the number of traveling right now is becoming more and more.
Exactly.
More and more.
And sir, can you share us with the exact number of the tourists that visit your country annually, because your ranking is very high in the world, and you told that CNN and some other international media has given you the #1 position. It's a great honor for your country, your government and leadership, that due to peaceful atmosphere and incentive and many other facilities, that the international tourists are visiting your country in a large number. But can you share us the exact some figures if you have?
Roughly last year we issued 70,000 visa, which means last year
Across the globe?
No, only from Pakistan.
Only for Pakistan. 70,000.
70,000 from Pakistan. But around the world, last year up to 30 million visited Thailand.
30 millions.
30. Which means that if you check with the statistic, check with the index by many agency, Thailand's always ranked number top 10, top 5 in terms of the tourism industry.
And sir, how many Pakistani people are living in Thailand?
Only a little, because mostly the one who visit Thailand are the tourists the minority number and the less number is the business sector. The one who live in Thailand is not only a little, very little number, because by law, the one who can live in Thailand need to have a visa, long-term visa, working visa, work permit, just like in Pakistan. The one who can live in Pakistan need to have a work permit and a resident permit.
And Sir Excellency, the lastly question that we are going to wind up the interview. Any message that you want to give to the people of Pakistan from people of Thailand, and do you think that the relation between the two countries are very cordial, and in future do you see that number of agreements and cooperation will be here in place between the two countries?
I would like the two countries to interact more. I would like the people to know each other more. I would like the business sector to know more their counterpart, and I would like to have the free trade agreement in place by the end of this year, so that the benefit of the FTA can be realized, because of there are many potential, there are many things that we can do together in terms of products, many gemstones, many precious stones, mineral resources, agricultural products we can buy from Pakistan instead of buy from somewhere else. Then the message that I like to share with you and to the audience of the Diplomatic Enclave program of Channel 5 is there are many things more, many areas that we can work together in the win-win manner.
Excellency, the Ambassador of Thailand, His Excellency Mr. Suchart, I am thankful to you for sparing your precious moment for our program Diplomatic Enclave. And as you highlighted many important good news for the both countries that will take place in a couple of months, and we know that you are doing your all efforts to promote the relation between the two countries. So thank you very much being with us in this program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And viewers, this is the end of program. Thank you very much.